Hey guys, how's it going? It's the Jers here. So today I'm going to be showing you how to build the item elevator that I have designed for Minecraft 1.9. So right now I'll just demonstrate the elevator for you guys. So you just come up here, you could have a hopper putting items into this dropper, or you can just put them in manually. So you take a number of items, throw it in, this clock will start up, which is going to be shooting the items from this dropper into this stream right here. And once it is out of items, the clock will stop. And so once the items are spit into the stream here, they will flow down until they land on that block right there. Once they are there, this piston will extend down, and when it retracts, it'll pull the blocks or items up through itself and into the shaft of the elevator and up to the collection point above. Let's go take a quick look at the collection point. So the collection point is very simple. It's pretty much just a water stream that'll push the items into these hoppers and then into this chest. There's our 20 sand that we threw in a second ago. We can put it back through so you guys can see the items as it rises through the elevator. And the soul sand makes it so the items travel extremely slowly and through the shaft of the elevator. And you want this to be the case because you do not want items flying at high velocities up through this design, because if it is doing that, there's a percentage chance that the item will fly through the glass blocks. So you do not want that to happen. There it is again. Alright, so now we can get right into building this bad boy. Alright guys, so the first thing we're going to do to build this item elevator is we're going to dig out a 3x3 square. We're then going to fill that square in with whatever block you would like to build the elevator out of. Then you're going to come around here, making sure that you're using a dropper and not a dispenser. And you're going to face the dropper away from the square, and it's going to be placed one space outside. And this is where your water stream is going to be that's going to carry the items to the point at which they get elevated. After we're done with that, we can go ahead and create the clock that's going to be powering this dropper. So we're going to start with a redstone comparator, which is going to be powered if there's something in this dropper, as you guys see right there. It is not powered. We take it out. It is no longer powered. And then we're going to put that into a repeater, which is going to go into a solid block. And then we're going to run redstone down each of these sides here. Then we can put two blocks, one next to each side, one on each side of the dropper. Then we're going to remove this redstone here, take a redstone repeater, and face it into this block. After we're done with that, we should be able to take a number of items, throw it into this dropper, and it should dispense it like that, and the clock should turn off after it no longer has items in it. After we're done with that, we're going to destroy a 9 long trough coming out from this dropper. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Then you're going to take soul sand and either packed ice or normal ice. I'm going to use packed ice for the tutorial. However, you can use normal ice as long as there is not a torch very close by. So we're going to start out by putting 3 soul sand at the end of the stream here, followed by 2 blocks of any type, as long as they're normal blocks. And then the rest can be ice. And the reason we use this ice is so that the items can be moved at high velocities. However, when we start to elevate the items, we do want them moving very slowly, otherwise they will begin to shoot out all over the place, and that is no good. So now we can just put a wall around our trough here. And we can also put in our normal piston. This is the piston that's going to be carrying the items up to the top of the elevator. And so we're going to want to put it downward facing, right above the last block of soul sand, like so. Replace that. Then once we're done with that, we're going to come out 2 here, and we're going to carry these lines of blocks all the way down to the end of the design. Then you're going to want to take a piece of redstone dust, place it right there, and then behind it, a sticky piston facing away from it. Then you're going to take a redstone block and put it attached to that sticky piston, skip a block, and then take another sticky piston and point it into the redstone block. Then behind that piston, you can put another piece of redstone dust. Then you're going to take 2 hoppers. You're going to point these hoppers into each other. So you can put one here and one there. And you point these hoppers into each other by looking at the other hopper, holding down Shift and right-clicking. Then once you're done with that, you can go ahead and put a comparator behind each of the hoppers, and then run the comparators into a solid block. Now once you're done with that, we can build the monostable circuit. So you're going to destroy this block right here, take a sticky piston, put it down facing up, and a block on top of it. Then you're going to put 2 redstone dust. And from there, we're going to destroy this piece of redstone dust, put down a redstone repeater, and then another redstone repeater after this piston as well. 3 pieces of redstone, 2 pieces, sorry. 2 pieces of redstone dust, and then a repeater flowing into this block. And so as you can see here, this clock will be ticking back and forth, which will be moving this redstone block back and forth. And so that means occasionally, every so often, this line is going to get lit, which is going to pop this piston up, sending a very short signal to this piston here. And that is exactly what we want. And so if you would like to test it out now, just to make sure you did it right, we can go ahead and grab 5 blocks. Oops, that's not going to work. So it can be 5 blocks of any type, as long as they do stack. So we can go ahead and put that in. And so what we're seeing right here is exactly what should be happening. So these pistons are pushing the redstone block back and forth. This piston here goes down and up occasionally. And so does this piston. If you're seeing that right now, you did this perfectly. On to step 2. So for step 2, we're going to be building the shaft of the elevator. We can start by just turning this off, because it is very loud. So for the shaft of the elevator, you're going to want to find your piston. Then you're going to come out 2 blocks on every side of this piston. However, you will notice that on one side, you cannot come out another block because you have a repeater in the way. That is completely fine. Just ignore that for now. And so from there, you're going to fill in the square. So now you have a 5x5 square with the exception of the block where there is a repeater. So now we can just put another layer down on top of the 5x5 square that we just made. And this time it can be complete because there is no redstone in the way. So now you have something that looks like this. So you're going to come over here, you're going to destroy the middle block that's right above the piston. Then you're going to take your glass blocks and you're going to make this part, so you're going to make this glass level with the height at which you want your items to be at. So right now we can just do it this tall. That looks good. 5 or 6 or so. And then you're going to fill in the rest of the 5x5 square with normal blocks. I'll go ahead and finish filling this in and see you guys in a second. Alright guys, once you're done with that, you should have something that looks a little bit like this. However, you probably will not be using iron blocks, and that is completely fine. So once you're done with that, all we have to do now is just build the collection chamber. So we can start that by building a 4 tall glass wall around this 3x3 square in the center here. Alright guys, once you're done with that, you're going to come down to the front of the elevator here. You're going to take out these 3 blocks and the 3 blocks above it, as well as this one right here. Then you're going to take a chest, place it down right here, and then take 3 hoppers and feed it into this chest. So this is where all your items are going to be collected, as you saw in the other design. And then after that, we're going to want to close this up. So we can just put a line of blocks right here. If you would like, you can put another line below this. However, it is not necessary. And then we can make a little platform here where we can stand to collect our blocks. You could also spit these blocks out using another dropper into a different water stream if you want to transport them somewhere else. Now what we're going to do is we're going to grab some water buckets. And we're going to put 3 down, 1 here, 1 there, and 1 there. So you have a nice straight water stream that'll carry items into your hoppers. Then after we're done with that, we can just put a roof on the collection chamber. There we go. Now we got to put our water for a water stream in. Perfect. So you should see the water ending right before the last sand block there, soul sand block. And also make sure that you cover up this water stream, as there is a very small chance that items being shot out of this dropper will fly out. We do not want that. Alright, once you're done with that, you can go ahead and put 5 items back in your item hopper here. And then you can test it out by putting some items in here. Just do 20 or so. There we are. So now we should start to see the items rise through the floor. There we go. There it is. There's our 20 blocks. Alright guys, so that's the elevator that I designed for Minecraft 1.9. I hope you guys liked the video. And yeah, have a great day. Bye-bye.